Okay, on my no spend journey, I am trying to think of ways to make embellishments that are unique. Now, I had a set of pins. I think I only had two. I might have three, but can't find the third one at this point. That were decorative. They were really cool, and I used them on a layout, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. So I made some more, and I'm going to teach you how I did it. So these do take quite a long time to dry. Like, I would not put them on a page for 24 hours after you've glued them, and that probably just depends on the glue that you're using. So I am actually using glossy accents because that's what I have, and I'm using some shorter pins. So I, a long time ago when I was into sewing, just picked this up, and these pins are about 1 inch long. I would actually recommend something that has a 2-inch length or 1.5 inch, and I think you can get those as like concierge pins, for like the flowers that you get at dances, that kind of thing. So the other items that you're going to need are maybe some jewels, some metal embellishments, maybe some plastic beads, maybe even metal. Now, the reason I say that you probably want a longer length of pin is because I don't know what you're going to stick it into, right? So most of the time when you're making something like this to go on a page, what you do is you pop up something on foam, and then you stick this item in the foam behind that. And so you do kind of want this a little bit longer so that you can still see the pin that's coming out of it. So I'm going to show you how I made all of these. The technique is the same for each of them, even though some of them are single-sided and some are double-sided, like this star one. I really like the stars on here. Now, I don't think I would put a big star like this on a needle so short. And so if you have a longer pin, it just makes available what you have to work with a lot more. So I think these are really cute, and I'm loving them so far. Now, to store them, I will probably take a piece of a chipboard, or not chipboard, but cardstock, and I'll show you how to make kind of like a little bit of a holder at the end of this video. So let's start by gathering our supplies. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the top of this off. So I'm going to use some needle nose pliers that I have, and I can just kind of rip it off. Super simple, and I'm going to throw this away. Now, you can add beads to these. So if you had beads that have a very small opening, you can absolutely add beads to these and then be done. Well, I don't have beads, and I feel like by the time we get the beads in, the needle's only going to be like this long, like it's not going to be very big. So I'm opting to go this route. But again, there are many ways you can go about this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to lay down 2 of these flat. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because when I had my needle in, it's easiest if it's level. And the way to get it level is to add whatever you want the bottom to be of the pin to the bottom there. Now I'm having some difficulty because these are sticky. Now I'm going to try to zoom in for you. So just like that. Then I'm going to grab my other that I have. Go like that. Now I have to use 2 hands, sorry. Okay, I'm going to take this is stainless steel pin, and I'm experimenting with how not to get this glossy accents to clog. And the other caps that I have, you use a stainless steel pin in here to allow it to not clog. So I'm just trying it out, because I have heard from other people who've used glossy accents that it does clog. So I'm just going to add a dollop of glue, and I might try to move it around a little bit so it's on top of the needle. But if I place my other gem for the opposite side, I should be able to just move that glue right on top of the pin. We should be good to go. Now, like I said, I would wait 24 hours for this glue to dry. It's been sitting here for a couple hours and it's not dry yet. So not to where I feel comfortable being able to stick it in my page or in something or pushing on it at all. So goodness gracious, and I'm having trouble. This is actually one of the harder ones to do because it's just hard to hold on to everything. So let me add some more glue. And I could just leave it like this. I don't have to add this back to it. And you know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it just like that. I've got enough glue on there that it should hold the pin. And that's that. Now the reason I'm not using the stainless steel, even though it's longer, this is a 1.5 inch compared, look at how big that is compared, is because these are more expensive. And I have a specific purpose for them. The other pins that are shorter, I have a bazillion compared to the amount I have for the stainless steel. And these have a specific purpose of my glue. So I picked these up at Hobby Lobby, by the way, if you do have a glue that you need to use a pin for. Now the only problem is that Glossy Accents likes to overflow. So keep that in mind as it dries, like it overflowed there. So just be aware your pins might stick to the paper. You can kind of see here that there's some paper there, but I don't care. I can use the other side. That's what's great about the scrapbooking is you're not going to see the other side of the pin. It just adds some more dimension if you make it two-dimensional, or if you add more. So again, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do a star this time. And again, I'm going to use the smaller star. I'm going to put my pin on there. Now, I might just leave it like that this time. Which is fine. And a little bit of Glossy Accents, and they should be good. Very neat. I really like these. They add a good little extra something to your page. I'm all about grabbing what you have in your stash and using it. So for the pin holder, note how big your pins are. Grab a piece of cardstock and your scoreboard. My pins are 1 inch long, so I'm going to try to make it so that on either side of the pin there's about 1 inch give, and the thing that is going to hold the pin is only going to be 1/4 inch big. So I'm going to go 1 inch, and then I'm going to make 4 score lines 1/4 inch apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple, okay? So 1, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4. So 4 score lines. Now, the folding part is where it gets tricky, okay? So I'm going to fold back, fold forward, okay? Fold forward again, and fold back. So what this is going to do is it's going to create a little bit of a shelf for the pin. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder on here just to make it super nice and straight. Really get it a good, there we go, just so it bends easier. Now, I can choose to cut this off, leave it, whatever you want. I might go ahead and just cut it so that when I stick my pins in, okay, something like this. Oops, see. I can put them in just like that. Now, clearly my glue did not work. So I might pre-stick some pins with something else here, you know, with a actual needle that's not hard. So 1, 2. Now I'm going to pre-stick some holes here. Now it might be easier to like glue this down to another piece of paper, but I am just poking holes here. Okay, so now let's take my decorative pin and find the hole. And there's my pin holder. Super cute. Easy to do. And voila! DIY pins with a DIY pin holder. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.